What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video today. I'm doing race picks for the 2022 DuraMAX Drydene 400. Let's go ahead and just jump straight to it. This weekend, the NASCAR Cup Series is heading to Dover National Speedway, the 1 mile concrete track where we tend to see a lot of big ones and also sometimes a lot of calamity, also sometimes a lot of calm races here at Dover International Speedway. This will only be the second or third time that we've seen a mile race with this car, but unlike the last mile race, this one is going to have quite a banking going into turns. They've tested this car. There was a lot of these cars getting really loose. So I expect a lot of attrition this race and a lot of cars spinning out. There also will not be trash comp on this weekend. Was talk and conversation. They maybe we're going to have trash comp, but there will not be trash compound this weekend at Dover. Before we go and jump into picks for this weekend, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So weather for this weekend is going to be kind of chilly on Sunday, with the high being 65 degrees high and 49 degrees is a low. Right now, though, only a 20% chance with partly cloudy skies throughout the day. There's only a 20% chance, but I recommend bringing a jacket if you're going to be going out to Dover this weekend. So let's jump into picks. So for those who are new to the channel, here's how I do picks on the channel. I do 2 suck picks for each race, 2 drivers I think are going to struggle, who've continued to struggle, who I think are going to continue to struggle, or are going to have a bad race. 2 underdog picks, 2 guys that have been running really well, are going to continue really doing great, who aren't in the best equipment. And then I do the winner's pick as well. And then I do the ones that you need to watch out for this weekend here at Dover. And I got 5 you need to keep your eye out for this weekend as well. So now, let's jump into picks. Who are the 2 drivers that are going to suck this weekend here at Dover National Speedway? My first suck pick, this guy has really absolutely struggled this season. If not for his win at Richmond this year, this guy would not have a single top 10. He has scored only 1 top 10 this year and sits 24th in the points. Yes, he has won here at Dover in the past in 2020, but I think this guy's bad luck is going to continue. I am talking, of course, about Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin, like I said, has absolutely struggled throughout 2022 season. If you would have told me that Denny Hamlin will be 24th in points and below Michael McDowell and Sanders coming in this point of the year, I would have been absolutely shocked. But Denny Hamlin has absolutely struggled this year, and I think Denny Hamlin's bad season is unfortunately going to continue. And he's also closer to Brad Keselowski now in the points, who had a 100-point penalty, than he is to the points leader, the points gap, which I think is held by Daniel Suarez or Kyle Reddick at the moment. So Denny Hamlin's the first driver that has struggled, but he is in the playoffs, luckily, with that victory. My second suck pick, this guy, I really didn't expect much from him coming into this season. But this guy has failed to score a top 10 this year, and he's only had a couple top 20s throughout this year, and is now below Brad Keselowski in the points. Talking about Harrison Burton. Don't get me wrong, I didn't expect much from Harrison Burton coming into the season, but I did think he'd get at least some more top 20s than he has this year. And he just has not looked really good. And I think his bad season, unfortunately, is going to continue. He crashed his past race at Talladega a couple days ago, and I think, unfortunately, Harrison Burton's bad season is going to continue this weekend at Dover National Speedway. And now let's jump into the underdog picks for this weekend here at Dover. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend, this guy has been quietly having a pretty good year. He's had a lot of bad luck, which really has affected him. But last year at this race, this guy was running around the top 15 a lot of the day and was contending for a top 10 near the end of the race. First underdog pick is going to be Daniel Suarez. Daniel Suarez has been quietly having a good year. He's not been as good as his teammate Ross Chastain, but he's been running up front a lot more than he had last year and has been clicking off top 10s and has also been leading a lot of laps as well. The last 2 weeks, I think he's led the most laps potentially in those races, and he's looked really confident and really strong. So I think that Daniel Suarez is going to do really well, and I think he's going to get a top 10 this weekend at Dover National Speedway. My second underdog pick is a guy who's been also having a really strong start to the year. And despite his teammate being more of the hype-up driver this year, this guy is ahead of his teammate in the points right now, sitting 13th respectively, and is coming off of a very strong run and second place at Talladega. I'm talking about Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon is potentially putting up this career season so far from up to this point when it comes to top 5s and top 10s. I think he's got like 2 or 3 top 5s this year and like 5 or 6 top 10s this year. He's been really consistent this year, and that's why he sits 13th in the points. It has been close to winning races. I don't think Austin Dillon's going to win this weekend, but I think he'll be a threat to potentially get a top 5 once again this weekend at Dover. And now we're going to jump onto the winner's pick for this weekend here at Dover. Who is my winner's pick? Last year at this race, Hendrick Motorsports put up a dominating clinic. They all finished 1, 2, 3, 4, and Alex and Kyle Larson dominated this race. But one guy that was sitting right behind him, this guy was really fast in this race as well, and was up to second. I think he may have led a few laps as well early in the going. This guy is currently the points leader in the Cup Series right now, but I think he's finally going to break through, especially with how strong he's been at Dover throughout his career. I, of course, am talking about Chase Elliott. I think Chase Elliott is going to win this weekend here at Dover. Like I said, Hendrick Motorsports has been very, very quick, and I think that Chase Elliott has ultimately been really, really fast this year, but he only has one top 5 this year, but I think he's going to finally get the monkey off his back, and I think he becomes the 9th driver to win in 2022, and he becomes the next driver to officially lock their way into the playoffs. He's been extremely consistent this year, but like I said, only has one top 5, but I think that this weekend we're going to see Chase Elliott finally pick up his first victory in 2022, and his first win on an oval track since 2020 when he won the championship. So now we're going to jump on some ones you need to watch out for this weekend here at Dover. Who are the ones to keep an eye out on? The first guy you need to keep your eyes on is a guy who has really had the best car last time we were here at Dover National Speedway, but got beat due to pit strategy by another driver we're going to talk about. This guy also did not have a great start to the year, but very recently has been picking up where he left off. He's had 3 top 5 finishes in the last 4 races, and has been extremely consistent the last 2 weeks, and has 5 top 5s this year, which is more than he had last year at this point by 1. Talking about Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson has a really, really good year at Dover. He has 1 win here back in 2019, the last time he would win with Chip Ganassi Racing. And I do believe that he is going to continue that really strong run he's been having, the really strong streak he has generally been having. I think he's going to have another good run. And then Kyle Larson will get another top 5. I think he finishes top 3 minimum, but I think Kyle Larson will contend for the victory this weekend here at Dover National Speedway. The second driver you need to keep your eyes on is a guy who has not won here at Dover yet, but has looked really, really strong throughout this year. I think definitely one of the 2 or 3 strongest guys so far up to this point, and one of only 2 drivers that has multiple wins this season. On top of it, this guy's potentially first, second top 5 of 2020 at that point had come at this track, and since then has been drastically and increasingly improving. I think William Byron is going to have a good run this weekend. William Byron's been really, really fast throughout this year, has qualified really, really great. And like I said, with Kyle Larson and other drivers at Hendrick, I think Hendrick Motorsports is going to be really, really strong. The third driver to keep your eyes on is a guy who just won the last race here at Talladega Superspeedway and has had the most top 5 so far this season. I'm talking about Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain has been really, really fast this year. Probably been the most impressive driver of anybody this year, because compared to where he was last year, where he was really barely competing for top 20 points throughout the year, he's contending for a championship right now, and I think that good luck for him is going to continue this weekend. He's looked really competent, has looked really, really good, and I think that Ross Chastain is going to do really well this weekend here at Dover. The next driver you keep your eyes on is a guy who won the last time we were here at Dover National Speedway. And despite basically being called the hack and a driver that always basically steals victories, this guy has been extremely consistent this year and sits in the top 5 in points. My next one is Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman has looked really, really good here in the past, especially on the mile tracks. Yes, he didn't. He's backed in a lot of wins throughout his career, but I think Alex Bowman is going to have another strong run. He's looked really good throughout this year. He just came off of a top 10 finish, I think a top 15 finish this past weekend at Talladega. And I think that Alex Bowman will have another strong run this weekend here at Dover. And the final driver you need to keep your eyes on for this weekend is a guy who's definitely been putting up a really strong season so far. This has been his best start, I think, of the year since 2019 when he went on to win the championship. On top of that, this guy has won here a couple times at Dover throughout his career. My final one is Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch has been really, really confident, really quietly putting together a strong season. He's coming off, of course, finishing the top 10 at Martinsville, winning at Bristol Dirt, and then, of course, nearly winning at Talladega, getting a 3rd place finish and contending in that race as well, and bouncing from that as well. As there's really unclear what his future of Kyle Busch is, I think he could have a chance of getting a victory. I think Kyle Busch will contend for a victory this weekend here at Dover National Speedway. So, those are my picks for this weekend at Dover. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Denny Hamlin and Harrison Burton. My underdog picks are Daniel Suarez and Austin Dillon. My winner's pick is Chase Elliott. And the ones to watch are Kyle Larson, William Byron, Ross Chastain, Alex Bowman, and Kyle Busch are my ones you need to watch. So anyway, that's going to be for today's race picks video for the DuraMAX Drydene 5400 at Dover. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notification on to be notified when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's get below over that and comment your picks for this weekend here at Dover. Tell me you think he's going to struggle. Tell me you think he's going to run well that doesn't always run well, and tell me who you think is going to win the race. Let me know in the comments below. Tomorrow on my channel, we're most likely going to have a NASCAR news video recap of the last couple days. Entry lists have still not been released up to this point, so it's unclear who'll be racing this weekend, but we'll see the picks on the channel today, and you'll see some news tomorrow. So anyway, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys next time for some NASCAR and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.